Hi everyone! In this video, I am going to review and go over the ingredients for every single product that is available through Sephora in the Beautycounter line. A couple of viewers actually requested this, and it looks like Beautycounter is only going to be available through Sephora for 4 months. So I'm hoping to get this out so that you can make more educated decisions about whether you actually want to purchase any of these skincare products from Beautycounter. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please hit that red subscribe button. You can also follow Allura Beauty over on Instagram. And of course, if you missed the latest video, I will link that in the upper right-hand corner for you to check out. All right, let's dig into the skincare brand Beautycounter. The disclaimer for this video is that this is an ingredients review. That means I'm going to go over every product, we're gonna look at the ingredients, and I'm gonna point out to you things that are particularly good about the ingredients or things that are not good for your skin and that you may wanna consider before you purchase. The reason I do these reviews is because it seems like people take at face value the claims that skincare companies give for their products, which are not reliable. You have to actually look at the ingredients to make an educated decision about whether you're going to spend your money on something or not. So to be clear, I am not giving a review in terms of saying, oh, this cream really feels nice on the skin, or this product makes me feel like I have an oily sheen on my skin, because of course I can't speak to those things. I am specifically looking at the ingredients and giving you a heads up on what may be good about it or what may not be good about the formula. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over briefly what Beautycounter claims for its own brands and products. If you go to their own website as opposed to the part on Sephora where they have products, it says that they are leaders in clean advocates for change. So I guess they're touting themselves as a clean skincare brand. We know, hopefully by now, that that doesn't mean anything. The term clean is not regulated, and something having quote unquote clean ingredients doesn't make it better than any other product. Specifically, it says that the world doesn't need another beauty brand, kind of agree, but that Beautycounter is a lot more than that. They say that they are a B Corp that goes beyond clean beauty to create high performance makeup, skincare, and personal care products while minimizing the environmental footprint and advocating for safer industry regulations. I absolutely support having a lower environmental footprint, so that is a specific claim that I can agree with and get behind. If you scroll down, it says how we go beyond clean, although they haven't really told us what they mean by clean yet. They have products they say are award-winning, 1,800 ingredients banned. Let's look at that. So they have a never list, basically, and they say that they go beyond what is required in the US, which I can also support. The US is pretty behind the times in terms of ingredients that are both probably not that safe or great for us, and on the other hand, very behind the times in terms of allowing ingredients that are more innovative, that are absolutely safe for you. So they're basically following the European Union list of chemicals that they're not going to use, and they've added to that several hundred that they personally are not choosing to include in their products. And of course, I'm not going to go through this entire list of things, but I just want to make sure that there isn't anything that really stands out. One thing that stands out that they are refusing to include in their products is hydroquinone, which I don't think makes something unclean and is actually a very effective ingredient for fighting pigmentation for many people. Parabens, there is such a load of misinformation about parabens. Parabens help to preserve products. They are not these hugely dangerous ingredients, so I don't agree with banning that. Retinol palmitate, I don't agree with having to ban. So like with a lot of clean beauty brands, the things that they deem unclean are not based really in science and are a lot of more kind of media fear-mongering based. So I don't necessarily agree with that approach. Let's look at the sustainable priorities that they list. And if you see me looking in this direction, I'm on my laptop looking at this information. So they're keeping in mind the impact that their packaging has on the environment, which is great, as well as your health. They talk about how a lot of plastic is not actually recycled, which is true. And they once again have a never list in terms of their packaging. They talk about not having BPA or plastics that contain phthalates. So they say that for their packaging, they don't include things like plastic spatulas, overcaps, lid inserts, extra product literature, or cleansing cloth towels. Sounds overall like they just try to include less packaging, which is a good thing. And it also looks like they try to use glass over plastic, which I think is also a good idea. My limited understanding is that it is more effective to be recycling things like aluminum or glass as opposed to plastic. Okay, I don't want to dive too much further into their brand claims because I'm sure the reason you came to this video is not necessarily that, but more the skincare products. So on that note, if you look at the website, it says that they've partnered with Sephora for a 4-month partnership to amplify their mission. So that's why I am guessing that these products will not be permanently available through Sephora, and that if you do want to purchase them through Sephora, you only have a limited time to do that. They've been on the Sephora website for at least a couple of weeks now, so by the time this video goes up, there's probably about 3 months left in their 4-month partnership. Now let's go through every single product that's listed on Sephora's website and look at whether I think that they would be a good idea to try out or not. We're gonna start with the Counter Plus All Bright C Serum. For 1 ounce of product, it costs $79. So you can see overall when looking at the products that this is a more expensive skincare brand. Certainly not on the level of something ridiculous like La Mer's brand, but maybe more on par with a brand like Drunk Elephant. Okay, so it says that this product is antioxidant rich, has a potent blend of vitamin C and turmeric. Now remember that vitamin C is notoriously unstable, and the product has to be at a certain pH level for the vitamin C to be effective. I don't see on here with my quick review that they list the pH, so unfortunately I won't be able to speak to that. Now the first ingredient is turmeric root extract, which is interesting and good. Turmeric has shown a potential to act as an antioxidant and help with irritation. And you have other good ingredients like sweet almond oil, but really quickly, the things that jump out to me that are big warning signs or red flags are things that are fragrant. Ingredients like bergamot fruit oil, orange flower oil, mandarin orange peel oil, again, orange peel oil. And at the end of the ingredients, you also have more fragrant components like citral, limonene, and lanolol. The citrus-based ingredients not only are fragrant, but also have a potential to be photosensitizing, especially in their oil form. So this is really concerning to me, and I don't even see where the vitamin C is. Okay, am I crazy? Or the claims say that they've included a form of vitamin C called tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. Now, there is potential for that to be an effective form of vitamin C, but if you want the full kind of rundown on the actual effective form of vitamin C and everything that you need as a basic primer for education about vitamin C in skincare and the top vitamin C products on the market that I recommend, I'll link my vitamin C skincare product video in the upper right hand corner for you. But basically, unless they've listed it as a different ingredient, I don't see that in the ingredient deck. But regardless, even if this were the actual gold standard of vitamin C in this product, which it's not, the extremely problematic ingredients and the numerousness of the problematic fragrant oils that have been included in this product would mean that I would never purchase it, especially at that price. The ingredient fragrance and other ingredients that are not listed as fragrance but are fragrant components are irritants to the skin. I know people always leave comments that say, fragrance doesn't bother me, it doesn't irritate my skin. You may not be able to see something so extreme that it is something you could feel or see visibly immediately when you apply products that have fragrance in them. But the bottom line is that fragrance is not skincare. Fragrance is never going to give your skin some sort of benefit, ever. It's not a skincare ingredient. It's not an ingredient that does something for your skin. It is something that does something for your nose. So the very best that a fragrant ingredient can do or fragrance can do is to be neutral. But the problem is that very often it's not neutral. It is a skin irritant. It causes an allergic reaction in your skin. Now, for people who say, well, I've never had a problem with it, you can have problems long term. There can be issues with the use of fragrance over a consistent period of time. The other thing about fragrance is that you can develop an allergic reaction to it. You may not have a visible allergic reaction today, but with continued use, at some point, your skin may have an actual visible allergic reaction to that ingredient. And once it does, you will suffer from that allergic reaction for the future. So it's very, very risky to be using skincare ingredients that stay on the skin as opposed to maybe just a cleanser where you wash it off. It's very risky to be constantly and consistently putting that on your skin and subjecting your skin to that. There's my rant about fragrance. Let's move on to the next product, which is the Counter Plus Overnight Resurfacing Peel. This is $63 for 1 fluid ounce or 1 ounce. This is supposed to be a leave-on AHA/BHA peel to improve the skin texture. AHA is alpha hydroxy acid, BHA is beta hydroxy acid. Both of those are chemical exfoliants. So pretty quickly you have both lactic acid and glycolic acid, which is one of the main ingredients that is touted, which is AHA. Funny enough, we see in this ingredient deck the tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate, which I couldn't find in the actual vitamin C product, but it's present in this product. And you have some other good ingredients. We have linoleic acid, malic acid, salicylic acid, ascorbic acid. You have a lot of good things in here. Sodium hyaluronate. You have some nice plant-based antioxidants, things like raspberry seed oil, sweet almond oil again we see. But once again, this time more towards the end of the ingredients list, so there isn't such a prevalence of it. We have the orange peel oil, and we also have the bergamot fruit oil with the addition of, at the end of the ingredients, the limonene, I don't know why they say limonene plus, lanolol, citrol, citronellol, and geraniol. All of those are fragrant ingredients. So once again, I wouldn't recommend this product. Go ahead and find something from another brand that doesn't have a bunch of fragrance packed into it and that has a combination of AHA and BHA. There are plenty of products out there that fit that bill. Next product is the Countertime Tripeptide Radiance Serum. For 1 ounce, it costs $79. This is supposed to help reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles and increase firmness and elasticity. A shorter ingredient list for this one, and we have pretty quickly glycerin, squalane, which is a really nice anti-aging type of skincare ingredient. Similar good things to say about the bakuchiol. Almost to the middle of the ingredients list, you have the tripeptide that they talk about. That looks like that's the only peptide that's included in this product, but I guess technically they have fulfilled the claim of this being a peptide-based serum. We've got sodium hyaluronate, phytic acid, arginine. So I don't see anything that is actually problematic about this serum. So I wouldn't have anything negative to say about it or discouraging you from trying it out. Next product is the Countertime Tetrapeptide Supreme Cream for $89. You get 1.7 ounces. This is supposed to be a rich and hydrating face cream to help the elasticity and decrease the look of lines. The second ingredient is shea butter, which is going to make this a pretty nourishing product. You also have then cocoa seed butter, same thing, followed by glycerin. So you're getting a lot of kind of nourishing based skincare ingredients. Once again, I see the one peptide ingredient, which is the tetrapeptide 21, and some other good, pretty nourishing ingredients. And again, I don't see anything fragrance-based, irritating, or problematic. So I wouldn't have anything negative to say against trying out this product either. It does come in jar packaging. I always prefer that things don't come in that form. Although if this is such a thick cream, that may be the only practical way to package this product because it may not be able to come out of something like a pump dispenser, although they could have put it in a tube, I guess. But with the jar packaging, it's not the most sanitary thing to have to keep re-dipping your fingers into it. Although, of course, there are measures that are taken in skincare ingredients to try to keep them away from just being a complete petri dish of bacteria. And also jar packaging exposes the ingredients inside to air and to light and makes them more unstable. Next up, we have the Countermatch Adaptive Moisture Lotion. This comes in a pump bottle for $49. You get 1.7 ounces, the most cost-effective thing we've come across so far. It says this is a lightweight face cream with squalane to give you hydration and smoothness. So we do see squalane in the first third of the ingredients list. You also have some shea butter in there to give that nourishment. Again, we see good ingredients, for example, aloe leaf juice, palmitic acid. One of the last ingredients is also salicylic acid, which I think is a little interesting, probably not a significant enough amount to have a noticeable effect on your skin, but I don't see anything in this ingredients list either to cause any sort of concern. So my suggestion so far would be, if you just wanted to dabble in the brand and you didn't have any specific thing you were looking for in terms of an active ingredient, that this is the most cost-effective one so far, and the packaging is good. So I would, so far in our review, probably recommend you check this one out first. Next up, we have a skincare slash kind of makeup product. This is the Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer SPF 20. For $45, you get 1.35 ounces, another more cost-effective product compared to the other ones that we've seen so far with the brand. And I always like seeing tinted moisturizers, especially with some SPF. Of course, you should not rely on this product exclusively to get your sun protection for your face. You should be applying a separate sunscreen that has at least SPF 30 in it. The bonus that you get on top of this, the bonus little bit of coverage that you may get with the product by Beautycounter and the tinted nature of it, is just kind of icing on top, but it should not be the basis of your sun protection for your skin. Okay, so this is a zinc oxide based sun protection, so that's good. The inactive ingredients that we have include a lot of things that look to be more towards the makeup component of the product, but we do have some sodium hyaluronate in here. We have some black currant seed oil. We have rosemary leaf extract, goldenrod extract, I don't think I've ever seen before. Looking at a few different websites, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of information about goldenrod extract. Looking at EWG though, and Special Chem, and a couple of other websites, I don't see anything that jumps out to say that it is particularly concerning, and it looks like it may have some anti-wrinkling benefits, so don't think that that is problematic. You have glycerin. You again have the tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. That's like the favorite ingredient for this brand. Sweet almond oil, but then we run into the same issues as we've seen before. At the end of the ingredients, we have a series of fragrant ingredients. So again, the bergamot fruit oil, orange peel oil, and clary essential oil, orange flower oil. Those, once again, for the same reasons, I would buy a tinted moisturizer with SPF that is much more affordable and avoids those problematic fragrant ingredients. There are plenty available even at the drugstore. Next up is the Counter Control Clear Pore Cleanser. For $26, you get 5 ounces of product. That price actually seems pretty reasonable. Now, there's going to be a good and a bad with this product. On the good side, the cleansing agent that they're using is the sodium lauryl glucose carboxylate, and that is a more gentle cleansing agent. Contrary to that, they are also including irritating ingredients. For example, wintergreen leaf extract, again, the orange peel oil, grapefruit peel oil, eucalyptus leaf oil. And so again, those not only are fragrant ingredients, but some of those are actively tingling, and that's just not good for your skin. Now, because this is a rinse off product, because it's a cleanser, the chance of the fragrant components having giving you an allergic reaction is minimized and reduced, but it's still not a great thing, especially with things like wintergreen and the eucalyptus. So if you are going to buy this cleanser and you're going to accept that it has several fragrant components, I would be particularly careful around the eyes, because those minty based products are going to be stinging to the eyes, or very likely be stinging to the eyes. Next is the Countermatch Refreshing Foam Cleanser. This is more expensive at $32 for 5 ounces. Let's see the ingredients and maybe figure out why it's more expensive. Once again, the cleansing ingredient that they're using is more mild. That's the sodium cocoyl isethionate. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it. They also have included other nice ingredients like glycerin, palmitic acid, coconut acid, stearic acid. There's some squalane in there, although again, remember it's a cleanse off product, so that's probably not going to have that much time to do something for your skin. What I find interesting is this one avoids all of those fragrant ingredients that they've packed into the other cleanser. So even though it is a little more expensive, I would absolutely recommend that if you want a cleanser from Beautycounter, that you invest in this one as opposed to the one that we talked about before. Next product is the Counter Plus #1 Brightening Facial Oil. For $69, you'll get 0.67 ounces. Now the description itself outright says it's citrus scented. So I already know I'm not going to recommend this product. We start out kind of promising because it includes avocado oil, grapeseed oil, black currant seed oil. Again, we have the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, or also sometimes listed in brands or in ingredient lists as THD. But we quickly get into the bad stuff, which is mandarin orange peel oil. The ingredients list is rounded out at the end by limonene, citral, citronellol, lanolol, geraniol. So I would not recommend this facial oil. Next is the Counter Control Matte Effect Gel Cream. For $39, you get 1.7 ounces. It says this is an innovative cream to gel formula with skin balance complex that provides non-greasy hydration without clogging pores. Interesting. So they recommend this for oily to combination skin. So in terms of the more mattifying effect of this product, we see things like cornstarch, which makes sense that they recommend this for oily combination skin because that cornstarch is going to give you that more mattifying effect. There's also some good stuff like the aloe leaf juice to help soothe the skin, in addition to the glycerin. But right away and at the beginning of the ingredients list, I'm not happy to see the SD alcohol, or denatured alcohol. Now, I know that there are always going to be people who say it's not really that bad for the skin, and I feel like I've repeated myself so many times in terms of denatured alcohol. Of course, there can be new studies that can change your opinion about certain ingredients that you thought were good or thought were bad. But this is what I'm going to say about this product. In addition to the drying alcohol, and denatured alcohol has been shown in studies to cause cell death and damage the skin barrier. But even if you don't believe those studies, or you don't think that they're valid anymore, the issue that I have with this product in particular is that they've also included a very problematic ingredient, which is wintergreen leaf extract. Now, this is the only fragrant ingredient that I see in this list, so thankfully there's not a lot of fragrant components in here. And in addition, it is the leaf extract as opposed to the leaf oil. If this had the oil in it, which is much more potent, I would be even more concerned. But the reason why I mention that is because you have this fragrant component, as mild as it may be, in addition to the alcohol. Some people say they want alcohol in their products because it helps the other ingredients absorb, but you don't want that fragrant component to be absorbed. And if your skin is being irritated by not only the fragrance, but then also being dried out by the alcohol, the combination of those two things is not good. Moreover, the product already contains the ingredient, actually the second ingredient is methylpropionediol, and that ingredient can help other ingredients in the list absorb already. So you don't necessarily need that alcohol to help any of the other ingredients absorb if that's what you wanted to happen with those ingredients. I certainly think that you can find a kind of more oily or combination skin appropriate moisturizer out on the market for cheaper, and that doesn't have those problematic ingredients. And finally is going to be the Counter Plus Lotus Glow Cleansing Balm. This retails for $72 for 2.5 ounces. That is no, you don't need to be spending that much on a cleansing balm, period. But let's go ahead and look at the ingredients. So we do have a bunch of kind of emollient ingredients and ingredients that will actually help hydrate the skin. Things like the apricot kernel oil, sunflower seed wax, shea butter, avocado oil, jojoba seed oil, mango seed butter. So there's no question that this is going to be balmy in texture and help hydrate and nourish the skin while it's on the skin. But we have a ton of fragrant ingredients, like we've seen before. Bergamot fruit oil, lanolol, right in the middle of the ingredient deck, citratus leaf oil, orange peel oil, lemon peel oil, and of course, in addition to all the other ones that I usually list at the end of the ingredients list, like lanolol, limonene, citral, etc. So on the one hand, it is a cleansing type of product, so it's not sitting on your skin for hours at a time like a moisturizer would, but it is more concerning than a normal cleanser that you literally just wipe across your skin and then a few seconds later wash off. A cleansing balm as the first step of your cleansing routine is something that you apply to dry skin, and you are supposed to spend a good amount of time rubbing it into the skin because it is the thing that is in direct contact with your makeup, and especially with the eyes, you circulating it into the eyes, rubbing it into the eyes, and spending a good amount of time doing that in order to break up the makeup on your face means that there is that increased risk of the fragrant components irritating your skin. So especially with the price point in mind, I wouldn't spend your $72 on this cleansing balm. All right, so there's my ingredients review for the Beautycounter products that are available at Sephora. I think overall, I probably in general as a brand wouldn't recommend these skincare products or this brand as one of the top skincare options that you have out there. The top issue that we had is the brand inserting a ton of fragrance into most of their products. And that's one of the things that bothers me most about the term clean, because brands say, oh, we're clean, so we're safer or better for your skin, and we don't have any synthetic fragrances added, but then they go ahead and add a ton of quote unquote natural fragrances in there, which are just as damaging for the skin or pose the exact same risks as the term fragrance or synthetic fragrance does to the skin. So just another reason why the term clean is not something that you should make or break your decisions in terms of whether you buy a skincare product or not. And if you're gonna pay the higher price point for skincare, then you really want those products to avoid potentially irritating, problematic, inflammatory ingredients. I hope that this video was helpful to you and that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I'll see you in the next one.